My dad just shot. He's like right over there. Just a big pow. He's carrying that muzzle loader around. Sweet, I'm climbing down and heading over there. Well, hello there. Welcome to the channel. I'm John. It's Thanksgiving Day and we're doing some gun hunting. It's the second weekend of gun season. Went home and worked for a couple days. Drove up last night. So it's Thursday, Thanksgiving. Plenty of people at the cabins up in the area. Not as many on the roads. Not as many hunting this morning. So it's supposed to be in like the mid-20s today. It's about 24 right now. So I'm back in that logging area I was in the last video. Except I'm closer to the main road where it's a lot more clear cut. We couldn't find any deer. Nobody was really seeing any deer. I talked to people at work and it was the same story. So I'm gonna try to hunt some popple slashings and see if they're hiding in there. So I gotta find the deer. Can't really find them right now. I feel like this stuff they could bed down in and basically be invisible, and they would have they can smell good because there's nice wind in the opening, and they have good visibility, and they would have good sound because there's so much sticks on the ground. It'd be impossible to approach. It'd be impossible to sneak up on something. So maybe they're just bedding out in these popples or these clear cut. So that's my plan for today. I'm gonna walk around in here. There were trucks parked here opening weekend, but nobody's here now, so I'm moving in. A little windy today. It's sunny right now. I don't know if it's supposed to stay sunny or not, but nice day for a walk in the woods. I just ran into some deer. It's the first time all week. I could hear him walking. I stopped because I was breathing heavy. I could hear walking, and then I saw him moving through right on the transition, but they were in there. It's pretty thick. I could have let a bullet fly. I got a pretty good look at it. I'm pretty sure it was a doe, but there's another one behind it. But they weren't chasing. And then it got to kind of the edge. It was coming right out to where I'm standing. It was moving across, and then it started coming out, and it stopped on there, and it saw me, and it head up and down, and it blew and ran right away. And then the other one ran. They both went into the swamp. So it was in there. It was in there, right there. But I had the gun up, I had the safety off. I could have put one in his chest, but I didn't have a full. I would have had to just pick a little spot between the trees, and I'm not sure that it lined up with a perfect double lung shot or anything like that. I would have just put it in the front of its body somewhere through the front shoulder. Probably only got one lung. But that is very good to see. That's the first deer I saw all year. When it was coming, I thought, oh, I should kneel to hide my silhouette. But the stuff is so thick, I felt like I might not be able to shoot if I'm that much lower. So I just stood still. I had the gun already on my shoulder. I'm gonna keep working my way up. It's snowing. Come on, snow. It's not very cloudy, so I can't imagine we'll get anything that sticks. I'm just sitting on a stump right here. I'm gonna work over to that hill, I think. If I got a good vantage point of this big area. This is where those deer came from. So I'm just sitting on this stump for a minute. Try not to get too heated up walking constantly. Okay, I'm tucked into these pines here. I'm just off of that clear cut. When I work just like 10 yards in the clear cut, I find droppings. So I found good sign, a little bit. So there's a patch here with the kind of a hill to the swamp, but it's all popple. I don't have hardly any shooting lanes, but I'm gonna sit here for maybe half hour, an hour, see if anything moves by. Feels like there's a front moving in. It's windy, it's blowing, it's cloudy. That direction, I don't know what direction that is. West, I think. Generally speaking, it's west. So I'll let you know if I get any action. Okay, there's another patch of popple slashing that's younger up the road. So I started making my way there. I think it's just behind those evergreens. I think it's a lot thicker and younger. I'm gonna try to work this edge. I can see the truck from here. I'll show you guys. Alright, that small popple, that young popple slashings I was looking at, it's not as big as I thought. There's a hill right behind the road, so it's just a little patch, and it's right by the road. And another thing is, there's a lot of vehicles on this road. There's a lot of people using this. So I think there's a lot of pressure. So I'm gonna move to where I was last year. It's parked right on the highway, and there's a little trail that goes in. You kind of go down and cross a creek, and then just a tiny trickle of a creek, and then you go up into some hardwoods, and you're on basically the backside of a swamp, and there's a creek running kind of northeast, southwest. The highway goes east and west, so I go down under the creek. So I'm gonna go in there. I saw a deer there last year a couple times, and I know the area, and I know where there's beds, and I know where I ran into deer and what they were doing and where they were coming from. So I'm gonna go try a different area. So I've been in here for a while. I just moved. As soon as I get down the trail and back into the hardwoods on the other side of the highway, there's a highway, a bunch of stuff thick down the little creek, and then up. I followed the hardwoods along the highway, and there's a good point to cross. It's a thin patch of lowland, and found some signs, some tracks, and I sat there for maybe an hour, probably not quite. And then I moved straight away from the highway, followed the high ground, and there's kind of a point right here. It gets really thick with all these pines, but there's a heavily used trail that I walked down. So now I'm about 60 yards off that trail. You can see it here, and all the deer, most of the deer I saw last year, were further that way, maybe a couple hundred yards. The swamp kind of cuts like this. It makes a corner right here. So instead of just beelining it straight there, I'm gonna sit here for a little bit, and I'm gonna kind of slowly work my way over there. I'll sit here for a while, see if anything comes out, and if not, I'll move some more and sit. I think I heard something. I gotta go. Alright, nothing going today. Tomorrow's another day, so we'll give her a try. I feel like I should have took a shot that I had earlier. You watch people tracking deer and they talk about you have like a 3-second window to make your shot. That's exactly what it was today. I had the gun up, I had it on it, sights on it, hammer back. But it was, I couldn't see the whole body or anything. It was thick, small popples. So I could have shot basically through the front shoulder, and it would have came out like the opposite rear leg. So it went all the way through it. Probably would have messed him up good, but I don't know. I should have kneeled down as it was coming, and I should have grunted at him. But as soon as it saw me, as soon as it started coming out, it saw me standing there and did the head bob. And I should have known that it was over and I had to act. But you learn. So yeah, I'm gonna head back, warm up for a little bit. It's about 1:30 now. See you guys tomorrow. Woohoo! Muzzle loader time. Good morning. We took our time this morning. Didn't rush out. It's I think it's almost after 10 now. But my dad and I both came to this logging area, and there's a road that goes up the middle of the clear cut. We walked to the end of it, and then he went north. No, I'm going north. He went south. So we're both just gonna work this edge, opposite directions, for a while. It's colder than yesterday a little bit. There was a little bit of snow coming this morning. Not enough to accumulate much. It's supposed to be pretty sunny today. So the sun is already breaking out. It's almost clear. My dad he took his muzzle loader. He wanted to carry that around today, so that should be fun. I just got the lever action 35 Remington by Marlin. So we'll see if we can get anything. I do have a public doe tag, so I can shoot a doe. Okay, I just been moving north. Not seeing anything, not hearing anything, not much for sign. I can see tracks in the leaves, but I didn't see any deer movement or sign, like droppings or rubs. I sat once for like a half hour. I've been staying in this pretty thick stuff. But it's hard walking quiet. I grunt as I go. Not really sure where to go from here. I just shot a snowshoe. Snowshoe came running out in front of me. I got him too. I saw him flop. All right, I'll take it. That was pretty cool. It's all white, I could just see it. It's only like 20 yards from it. I'm shaking. I gotta text my dad, make sure he knows I didn't shoot a buck. got a snowshoe. That was awesome. It darted out in front of me. There's kind of an opening where I was walking, like a valley with nothing in it. It darted across the valley and went up the hill 5 yards and stopped. And I blasted a perfect shot in the head. So I just gutted it. I had a little gallon baggie. Put him in there, and now he's in my back pouch, my game pouch. So we're eating tonight. Can't find deer, take what you can get. Alright, so I just circled back to the truck. I can see it here. I'm gonna lay that hair out so it can cool. I got it in a plastic bag. It's probably not the best. It's all field dressed and everything. So tried to get a hold of my dad. We'll see if I can get any response from him, but if not, I think I might head across the road this other direction, since I just shot back in there. And I'm happy to get some game, though. I'll take it, that's for sure. So we're back at the cabin. I was heading back to the truck, and my dad was walking out too. So I picked him up on the road and take a little midday break here, eat some food, and we'll see what happens. Man, I'm excited about that shot I made on that hare. I had gun up right down the line, perfect. Boom, nailed it. So that will take a little break and see what happens. Okay, it's Friday evening. Me and my dad both just went out on the property. We're gonna sit the last hour of the prime time. I'm just sitting. We got a logging road here that doesn't go anywhere. Just walked to the end of it and sat down so I could kind of see down it. It's kind of a pinch point. There's a swamp behind me, and then a bog over there, and we have a bog over there, and we have a road kind of in the middle. So if anything gets pinched by that swamp, travel in that way, I should get a look at it. That's so cool. That's so loud. It's a pretty awesome sit tonight with the wolves going like that. The woods was alive. I could hear stuff all around. I don't think there were any deer though. Good morning. Heading out. It's 9:20 right now. Overcast. So that's good. It's not sunny finally. So I'm gonna head to park right on the highway, take that trail in, and kind of work underneath the swamp, or underneath the creek, south of it. Saw a lot of sign in there, so I think it might be a better area. But we're gonna go out there, spend the day, and see what we can find. Last time I was here, I sat on top of that hill there. Just over this hill. It makes a point this direction. So today I'm gonna follow this edge down this way. I saw a lot of deer around this. Makes a turn up there, a couple 100 yards. Last year I saw a couple deer bedding and moving through there. So I'm gonna try to make it to that point and sit. Set up on this little ridge point. Swamp is right in front of me. There's a thick pine grove right there. There's a couple hills over my shoulder here. Open hardwoods. And then there's this valley. So last year I saw deer in this valley. And I saw doe bedding up here in the hardwoods where I came from. Not far though. And I actually jumped deer out of that bedding twice last year. So everything's quiet right now. I'm gonna try to just give it some time, see what happens. I am freezing out here. Try to stick it out for as long as I can. I think I'm done. I'm gonna walk out of here and warm up for a little bit. It is dead quiet. There's like no wind. So it's super silent. It'd be hard to... I almost don't want to still hunt in this. It'd be better to sit, but I think the deer are kind of the same. They're just sitting. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta warm up. I gotta start walking. Scrapes right here. See, I'm seeing good sign in here. But it's more complicated than that. I'm struggling with finding them. Okay, I'm heading out for the last hour here. I'm just gonna go climb a ladder on the property. We'll see if anything moves by. It's kind of towards the cabin, so we see a lot of does around the cabin, so might get a chance. My dad just went and he's gonna go sit in the box stand we got down the road here. You might be able to see him on the camera. I can see his orange. Probably not on the camera though. So, I'll let you know if anything happens. My dad just shot. He's like right over there. Just a big pow. He's carrying that muzzle loader around. He went off. They had it loaded for 2 days now. Sweet, I'm climbing down and heading over there.
She came from the hill to the right. All of a sudden, I thought I heard a little something, and I look over, and it's like I was looking this way. I thought I heard a little something over there, and sure shit, there's a deer. And then she kind of turned and she put her head down like that, and she looked like she was looking my way, so I just waited and I reached over and grabbed the musket. And then she turned and looked straight, and it was kind of brushy there in a tree. She started walking, and I grabbed the gun and got it up right away. And I got on her, and I thought, okay, that's not a little fawn or nothing, but she ain't as big as Danny's, I think, you know. And then she walked a little bit, and boom, there was an opening, and she kind of stopped, and boom, it was on its way.
Nice. Gun went off, good.
She went off just bang, just like a rifle, except no kick, you know.
Yeah.
250 grains. And then she went, you know, I got that popple down right there. That big popple I cut down.
Right.
That we walk over.
Yeah, right on
Well, she turned, she spun around, she kind of ran this way of the trail she was on, and she went up and over that hill, right at the corner of the bog, where I could see in the trees laying here, and she was just to the right of it, and crash, and so.
Nice.
She went down in the swamp to the right of this tree. Right down there she crashed. So I'm like, that's a blood trail. Did she
jumped it?
There she is. Right there. Yeah, that's a good doe. It ain't Steve's.
All right.
250 green musket.
So it's Sunday morning, day I gotta leave, and now we got snow, which is kind of ironic because I needed snow to track. I needed to find the deer. I don't know where the deer are, but I'm coming up next weekend for muzzleloader, so I'm hoping the snow sticks around and we'll have a chance to track some deer. But yeah, thanks for watching. It was a good weekend. I didn't get anything. I got a snowshoe. My dad shot a doe, so it was plenty fun. I can't wait to do it. Season's winding down here. Just one more weekend. I might be able to come up once with the bow in like New Year's or something, but deer season's almost over. Missed it already. Well, we'll see you next time.